Stay consistent with good habits even when you don't see results. I want to share a concept with you guys that a lot of people don't realize. When you're trying to make big change in your life and trying to not just physically, but mentally, in the way you're thinking and the way your brain runs on autopilot, it's going to be like trying to turn a cruise ship around. Think of a cruise ship. Think of it parked just outside a city and think of it trying to turn around. It's going to take so much energy in the beginning to try to even get it to shift 1 millimeter. But as it gains momentum after a lot of energy put out to try to turn it around, then eventually it will start creeping and turning. And eventually it gets momentum and it takes less and less energy to move that cruise ship more and more. And before you know it, it's going to turn right around. But it's the beginning stage that is so crucial. Imagine if they turn on the engines, try to turn the cruise ship around, and then right when it was about to start actually turning, then they were like, okay, this is not working, so we should just stop right now. Well, that's the same thing with chronic fatigue syndrome recovery. People can be putting into place really good habits and doing all the right things, doing the brain retraining that they need to do on a daily basis, but they may not see results right away. And that's because there is a delay effect. Everything you do when you have CFS or when you have a nervous system disorder, there's usually a little bit of a delay effect, unless it's like a flare up of symptoms, and usually that comes right away. But when you're trying to do good things for your body and trying to change things for the better, it will take longer than you expect for your body to follow the actions that you're taking, whether it's physically or mentally. You're really having to rewire the way your brain is running on autopilot, because whether you've been stuck for a year or 5 years or 10 years, your brain is used to running down that route of causing you pain and fatigue and all these strange symptoms. So it's going to take a little bit of time for you to rewire the way your brain functions and get it to recalibrate itself and get the nervous system to function how it should normally function. You just have to understand that it's very hard to see results in the beginning, and that change doesn't happen right away. So a lot of people, right before they're about to start making lots of progress, they'll do brain retraining for 2 weeks or 3 weeks and not see anything, and they'll stop. When in reality, if they just did it for a few more days, then they would have started to see the changes. Neuroplasticity takes time, it takes effort, it takes consistency, and it takes a lot of focus. So even though things may not be happening on the outside, just know that the good actions and the good habits that you are taking will eventually lead to great results. So you need to stick with it, even if you feel like you're stuck and if you feel like what you're doing is pointless. So just remember, when you're facing tough times or it seems like you're not making any progress, remember that